Hi everyone, Dimitri here, Pornography Addiction Recovery Coach, and today I want to talk about something I haven't talked for a very long time, which is how pornography is a global phenomenon. When I was addicted to pornography, at some point I was like, okay, I'm going to be condemned to live with that my whole life, and I was wrong. Oh, looks like I've got a plant sticking out of my ear, which is not the case. I just want to reassure you on that. And I was like, how is this possible? I'm hooked to pornography for the rest of my life. What can I do with pornography in my life? How can I use pornography in a smart way in my life? So I was like, maybe through art, maybe through connection, maybe through literature, something interesting. And I looked for a few months and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find an elevating purpose with pornography. And I was so puzzled. How could this be that there's an object and you turn it into its every facets and there's nothing positive that I can do with it? I was really puzzled. And at the same time, I started looking at statistics on pornography. And they realized that I learned that pornography is the second source of traffic in the world with 16% of traffic. And the first source of traffic is search engines. So you could say, oh, well, search engines is not really a website per se. It's not information, it's a tool. But you could say, well, it's not the first the first source of traffic. But within search engines, 25% of the requests, a quarter of the requests of Google and the like, are going to pornography. And pornography is the second source. So pornography is the biggest, by far, source of traffic on the internet. And this is crazy. The whole world is hooked to pornography. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's doing anything about it because, it feels a bit uncomfortable. But that's the case. Like, we invent something that is so formidable, the internet, a network where we can communicate instantly all around the world, and we use that technology to send pictures of our junk and watch naked people. It's crazy. That reveals so much about human nature, not in a judging way, in a touching way. Like, we are such fragile creatures. This is what we crave the most, is to see other people naked doing crazy stuff. And so why is that? Well, pornography is the magical theater of archetypes. Pornography is the stage where any sexual fantasy can happen, where any transfer of power can happen, where any sexual representation can be depicted. And so what pornography looks like right now is an exact assessment of the state of our collective unconscious as a nation, or subconscious. As a nation, the world nation, pornography as an object reflects our collective unconscious and our wounds that are within that. And this is why the whole world is hooked onto that, because we're all suffering. We're all suffering, and we are recreating the suffering in pornography. It can be through violence and abuse and all that, and that's a part of it. But even the pornography that seems the most genuine and caring, if it is pornography and not erotica, if it has a triggering element, it comes from a place of hurt, comes from a place of non-consent. And that's incredible. That's incredible. The fact that pornography is so widespread in the world tells us the state of emotional damage that we are as a nation, unconsciously, collectively. It's very sad. It's very sad, and it's also very revealing. It tells me that there's something to be healed there. And I want to contribute to that. I want to have a society that is functional, where we're not damaging the earth, where we are caring for each other. But we cannot do that because we're carrying collectively and individually so much hurt. There's a lot in that. It is yet a simple truth, and yet so powerful and deep about what it reveals about our society. And of course, pornography is a phenomenon of the Western society. So it is very typical of that and its dysfunctions. So we understand that pornography is an archetypal theater that our society feeds on to soothe the hurt that we carry as a society. And I want to ask you, well, how does that relate to you? You are part of this collective, the World Nation. How is pornography contributing to soothing your hurt? And what's the mechanism? What's the link between the hurt and pornography and the link and the content you watch? So I have attached a link below. That's what was in the back of my mind. Link. I have attached a link below to a masterclass I've created that explains exactly that, the link between the hurt we carry and the pornography we consume and how to heal from that. So it's right below, masterclass, free to join, instant access just for you guys. And I describe the steps that I followed to heal myself from my pornography addiction and the method I use for healing my clients as well. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any comment about the state of our civilizations as of yet, or anything about trauma and the hurt we carry, and how does it feel for you to hear that the first source of traffic on the internet is pornography? It's both obvious and ridiculous at the same time. That's all I wanted to share today, guys. Thank you. Take care.